Thank you for clicking on episode 45 of the Tremendous Opinions podcast. I'm going to take the liberty of kicking this mule off by shouting out the Duke basketball program. This first joint's for you. I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want it to last. I need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? And I want it to last. I need you by my side. Coach K is forever gone. He can pull his weeds and cut his own grass. He has a lot of free time 'cause he's not coming back, and he's retired forever. Scotty skeet. Oh, that got me sweaty. Welcome to episode 45 of Tremendous Opinions podcast. I have a pile of notes right here. I'm going to keep referencing them throughout because I don't even know what day it is anymore. In case you're wondering, yes, that is an alligator head on the table. I'm going to get to that later. And the Final Four merch. Got a pile of it, baby. To stick it right there with the Manic merch, which you should have got already. And if you haven't, shame on you. It's like not buying Tesla stock when Elon Musk was in a garage with a screwdriver. You messed up. Still available. Oh, my knee. Fanjoy.co/Brady Manic. I hate to say I told you so, but in this case, not really. I told you so. I am a believer in Hubert Davis and this Tar Heel basketball squad. They have made themselves a bid in the Final Four to see the Duke Nasty Blue Devils. Oh, I'm going to give myself a heart attack. I drove 13 hours from my home to New Orleans, Louisiana to watch Brady Manic and the Tar Heels drop Duke off, son. Oh, heart attack season. I drove 13 hours, met up with Pac Daddy, who you remember from the podcast. Me and Pac Daddy have watched countless Duke games together, like UNC Duke games, the rivalry games. We grew up playing ball together, hanging out every day, and both of us loved the Tar Heels. I mean, when we were little kids shooting 3, 2, 1 in the driveway, we told ourselves that we were different Tar Heel players. Well, I'm Tywan Lawson. Well, I'm Marcus Ginyard. I'm Tyler Hansbrough now. I'm not Tywan no more. We grew up in it. We love it. It's in our blood. And it's just a miracle to be in New Orleans, Louisiana with Pac Daddy, walking the streets, checking out the sights. We hit Bourbon Street, dude. Tore Bourbon Street down to the ground. I mean, I'm sure they're still fixing doors and windows. We just kicked it all down to the ground. Pac Daddy and myself sat side by side and watched Brady Manic and the Tar Heels drop Coach K off in the Final Four. Send him into the sunset, dude. I just made a song about it. I'm feeling good about it. And that was a week ago today. It took me a week to regain my bearings, figure out what time zone I'm in, and get back to regular life. Got my sheets, coffee. I'm back to normal now. And it still hasn't quite settled with me and hit me that the season's over because I'm still on a high. If we would have gotten beat by UCLA or St. Peter's, I mean, still, we had a good run, but it wouldn't have been like this. I'm sure every Tar Heel fan in a 300-mile radius is still just grinning ear to ear. And will be for the next freaking 20 years. Because a friend of this podcast marched down to New Orleans and dropped Duke off, son! I'm a psycho. I saw something on a podcast. They were like correlating the intense sports fans to not having a high IQ. And that's probably something correct about that. Especially going to like a NASCAR race or a freaking hockey game. Oh, some animals in there. They're animals. And you see a side of it once you see the super fans that actually like basketball enough to drive hours and hours to New Orleans or spend $2,000 on a plane ticket and $2,000 else on a hotel room. Dude, you got to be a super fan to do that. And there's got to be a little something wrong with you. But I might have a little something wrong with me. And I don't mind it. Dude, I had the greatest time of my freaking life this year. And New Orleans didn't disappoint. It's the most disgusting place in the world. Has to be the most disgusting place. Maybe like Bangladesh or something. I don't know. The slums of somewhere in like Tokyo or I don't know. But New Orleans is so filthy. It makes New York just look like a country town. Like there's no trash in New York compared to New Orleans. It just spilled over into the street. Everyone's drunk and puking, and there's people handling snakes in the street. You're just like, good Lord, get me out of here. But we did have the biggest time. The first game was the UNC Duke game. And I heard somewhere that it was the number 2 televised college basketball game of all time. Still behind Magic Johnson and Larry Bird's championship game of '79. And to say that I was in the stands, not just me sitting by myself, but with my childhood best friend that grew up doing this stuff with me, it was like something we couldn't even dream up, dude. We freaked out at the final buzzer.
Come on, big boy. Boom, baby!
The Tar Heels did it, dude. For those of you that may not be basketball fans, this podcast may suck, and the last one probably sucked too. But to kind of put it in perspective, no one, analysts, alumni, anyone that followed this Tar Heel team didn't give them a chance. And I watched a conversation with Roy Williams, the ex-head coach, the other day, and he was saying that only one person believed that UNC was going to beat Duke at Cameron indoor. This is about a month ago. And Roy, I hate to call you a liar, but I believed. Me and you, Roy, just us two sitting in a boat. I believed. Wow. Wow. Not only did they drop them off at Cameron, they went down to New Orleans in front of the freaking world and dropped Coach K off. Without you it's hard to survive, 'cause every time we touch I get the feeling. That's their freaking pump up theme song, and I hated it until the other day. The Duke band played it during the game, like right in like the last minute and a minute and a half. And I don't know, it was stuck in my head walking all the way to the hotel after we beat them. Dude, I like the song now, because there's nothing a Duke fan could say, a Duke anybody could say. Nothing, dude. If you watch the podcast, you'll remember after the Duke game at Cameron, we got into a verbal spat with Nolan Smith. He's an assistant coach for Duke. And the next day after UNC beat him in New Orleans, I'm hitting Bourbon Street again. We're just kicking doors down. I look over there. There's old Nolan Smith. Dude! Oh, man. He had no idea who we were. But, dude, I'm sure he felt the energy. Dude, Craig and Cary weren't with us, but if they were, I'm sure they would have just left him tied up like a pretzel somewhere. Old Nolan Smith. I gotta speak on something before we move on. The classlessness of Duke. Good Lord. They come off as a preppy, I'm better than you, I'm on a pedestal program, but they're the sorest losers in the world. They'll get on Twitter and Instagram and all that after a win, but dude, I'm sure all of them just threw their phones in the sewer. They don't want to talk to nobody after that.
I like it, that's the way, I like it, that's the way, woo, I like it,
After the game was over, all the Duke players just pulled a bad boy Pistons move and just walked into the locker room. They didn't even shake hands. Coach K shook everyone's hands because if he didn't, that would have just, all the news would have been about Coach K being a freaking loser. So he had to shake the hands. And I'll give credit where it's due. One Duke player shook everyone's hand with Coach K, and that was Wendell Moore Jr., number 0. I particularly didn't like him. I mean, like I'm going to say I like any Duke player, but the credit's due where it's due. A gentleman of sorts. After the game, he shook the hands. So Wendell Moore Jr., God bless you, buddy. I got less disdain for you than the other guys. What a night that was. And I've just been treated like a king all year. All year. We got to go to the team hotel and see everybody. The house MC for the year, UNC's home games, was emceed by a comedian named B-Dot. And over the year, we've talked here and there, but the time in New Orleans, we talked like 10 times. And he's super cool, man. And really, that's been my life goal. Or not really. That's like my imaginative goal. Like, it's not real. Like, I want to be a fireman or something like that. Anybody could be a fireman, but to be a comedian, a successful, working, traveling comedian, that's tough. Tougher than a lot of people see and give credit for. And he was just a cool dude. So shout out to B-Dot, man. I'm going to come see him in Greensboro, is where he does a lot of comedy. So here soon I'm going to travel up there and see old B-Dot burn down some comedy club somewhere. So shouts to B-Dot. Cool guy all weekend. Bourbon Street, man. So we saw not Chris Duhon, we saw Nolan Smith. And dude, that's my point. Nolan Smith, after that loss, he stepped down as assistant coach at Duke basketball, and he's gone to Louisville to be an assistant coach. He don't want nothing to do with that dude. Brady Manick done retired all these Duke guys. The big blendy. Dude. And I got all this merch. The Final Four pins and stuff looks nice with the Manic Monday hat. Dude. Sent Nolan Smith to Louisville, son. Pack your bags, Nolan. The view in the Superdome for those games was incredible. I didn't have floor seats, and really, I prefer, well, I don't know. I can't say that. I didn't even get to see what it looked like down there from that view. But from where I was sitting, dude, it was beautiful. There was a bunch of different team fans up there and Tar Heel fans scattered throughout. So when something good happened, we were just reaching over people, reaching over Duke fans and high-fiving. And people were like throwing beer and going nuts. And it was just a beautiful environment. I'll put a few pictures and videos of us in our seats up at the top. But me and Pac, like I said, the game surpassed everyone's expectations. The stage was set so high, and still those guys went out there and just put on a big-time show. And we were there, great seats, and that's a lifetime memory. Me and Pac went nuts, and I almost had like 18 heart attacks, especially watching Coach K and his wife walk away into the tunnel. Oh, dude, I almost just passed out and blacked out and fell down the mezzanine. I'm not in good health. I mean, I just drink coffee and Coca-Cola. Like I said last podcast, I haven't drank water since COVID started, I don't think. I don't know. So after the Duke game, we did hit Bourbon Street with the Mannix, run into Nolan, and we didn't do nothing too crazy. We just walked up and down a few times and tried not to get bit by one of those anacondas they got in the street, which will just give you the freaking chills, dude. I hate stuff like that. Creepy dude with like mascara on, holding a big freaking snake, looking at you. I should have carried this thing around and freaking battled forces with it out there in the middle of the street. So where I got that from, the next day after the Duke win, Duke didn't win, we beat, you know it, I'm an idiot. Day after, we sleep in a little bit and wake up, go to a airboat alligator tour. An airboat like on The Water Boy. Bobby Boucher takes it to the championship game. We're out there, and it's just luck. Our tour guide had to be like the best tour guide in the world. He was like the crocodile hunter's nephew or something, but he's a big boy. Dude, he's out there talking to these alligators like a dog. Like a smart dog. I guess alligators are smart. I don't know. But he was telling it to come here, sit, stay, roll over. He had a marshmallow and played fetch with an alligator. The alligator's name was Freckles. Dude, he said, he got that Louisiana accent. Freckle! I can't even talk like Louisiana people, like Cajuns or whatever. He's a good alligator.
Guess where he's at. All right. You ready? Stay. Stay. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. You did good, buddy. You're a good alligator. You're a good alligator. That part.
He's a good alligator. Dude. Freckle. I can't do it. I can't. I suck. He's a good alligator. Alligator. Amazing. He said, y'all seen Jurassic Park? And the boat was like, yeah. He said, well, Chris Pratt ain't got nothing on me. He said, I'm out here doing this with wild animals.
You ever seen Jurassic World? Chris Pratt ain't got shit on me. I'm doing this real life out here with wild animals.
Wild animals. Dude. Unbelievable. That crocodile was probably 10 foot long, 12 foot long. And he's over there petting it, dude. And the gator's trying to bite his hand off, and the guy don't care. He's like looking up at us, talking and explaining something about how big its teeth are. You're just like, oh my gosh, this guy's next level. But dude, the seafood that they have there, I didn't get any. I'm not a seafood guy, but we did go to a seafood restaurant right after the gator tour. And let me tell you, I did say that New Orleans is disgusting and nasty, but that's just like downtown. Bourbon Street and stuff like that. If you get on one of those airboats and go out into the Bayou at sunset, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Beautiful places in the world. We saw like Seahawks or whatever, like a huge freaking bird nest and little birds sticking their head out. You just see all kinds of wildlife that I've never seen before. And it's just a nice, peaceful place. There's no bugs. I hate mosquitoes. I hate all that crap. But there's not one freaking mosquito over there. I don't know what it was. They did not have bugs. It was just a cool place to be, man. And we get back from the airboat, and it's still Celebration Station. We just retired Coach K. So we link back up, dude. We go out. There's about probably 12 of us together. We just got a mega unit over there down on Bourbon Street, a bunch of Tar Heel fans. And we're like the Transformers. We're just rolling super thick, dude. To where no Kansas people or Duke people even talk to us. They'll get freaking picked up and chunked through 2 saloon doors somewhere and left. Dude, I'm telling you, we burned down Bourbon. Our mega unit, dude, the podcast has never met my Uncle Ryan. I've talked about him before. He danced like all night long at my brother's wedding and different stuff like this. And Ryan drove from Oklahoma to New Orleans, and he meets up with us that day. So he's with us, dude, and he's a unit. So no one's saying nothing, dude. And we end up going out with Leaky Black's family. Leaky's a player for the Tar Heels, and they formed half of the super unit, and they had a big boy with them as well. He played like tight end for, I forget where he said, a college, and dude, we were rolling deep all night, and going into the next day, more of the family showed up. So my dad flew in for the championship. Dude, we were so thick out there. I picked up my dad from the airport when he flew in, and we barely get back in time. We get back to the team hotel just in time to see the team start walking out, and the big Blindy comes out first. And I'm telling you, like 20 seconds, we walked up, and here comes Brady. And he gets on the bus first by himself. So the whole crowd is around the door, from the door of the hotel to the door of the bus. So I just walk around like 20 feet to the back of the bus where the players inside can see out. And I'm just standing there with my party pants on. And I just see a big hand pointing at me through the tinted glass. And I just started flexing and freaking out like, yeah, son. It's hard to miss those party pants, dude. But I think I got to retire them now. They sent Coach K into a retirement home. Yeah, I'm thinking those party pants are retired. Sad, but they took us a long ways. So we got to see the Blindy boy right there on his way to the championship game. What a year to review. Like I said, no one, alumni, analysts, anybody, nobody, but your boy here and Roy Williams was saying that the Tar Heels are a squad, son. What a year, dude. Oh. And Brady, dude, he got snubbed. He should have been all conference, and he should have got more attention than he did. But people who paid attention to the Tar Heels and watched a few games, they know that the boy took them a long way. And I have it later in the notes, but just as a nod to all they've done for about the past month, I've been working on a season highlight video, and I just posted it the other day. It's on the Tremendous Opinions YouTube page called Tar Heel Legend Brady Manick. About 19-minute long season highlight video. And That's just a small tip of the cap to what they've done. I'm probably going to get freaking slammed from copyright infringement for that video, but that's what pisses me off about YouTube. I'm not making a dime off of YouTube. I do this for the love of the game. And that's partially why I did the Every Time We Touch song at the beginning, just as a, slap to the face. YouTube, they don't care. 4 people watch my videos. I'm a moron. Slap in the face. I have lived like a king all basketball season, and I'm still on a buzz, still on a high. I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe the rest of my life. Maybe no one can just tell me nothing forever. And that's just me. How does Brady feel? Dude, right when we got back, he didn't have a couple of days till the Hurricanes asked him to come in and ring the siren to start the freaking Hurricanes game. There was just a pile of 50 people over there just hanging off him like an apple off a tree. It's incredible. Just the last couple of weeks has just turned it upside down. And I can't be happier for him and for... dude, in, 7th grade, my family in Oklahoma set me on a plane and sent me to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, to go to Roy Williams basketball camp. I was a little kid. Roy Williams told me good move off a jab step and drive. And a few different people in the program took time with me and talked to me and were super cool. I talked to Tyler Hansbrough about playing ping pong. And he was my childhood hero. So I've always felt something special about this basketball program. Yes, at the end of the day, it's just a basketball program. But to someone like me, possibly a psycho, I'm not here to judge myself. That's everyone else's job. Me, as a partial psycho, I have always believed that the University of North Carolina, I don't even see it as a school. I don't see it as a basketball program. Call me crazy. I see it as a beacon of light. It's a beacon of freaking hope because of good people like Dean E. Smith, Roy Williams, Hubert Davis, holding up a strong tradition of being a good man and doing the right thing. No, I don't always do the right thing. I'm a freaking loser and a psycho, like I said. But I'm not a player at North Carolina or a coach. You're held to a certain standard. And it's like Lord of the Rings or the Bible. It's like the good has to prevail. And we are the good. I say we. UNC basketball stands for what's good in life. And Duke is the opposite. I don't know. It blows my mind how someone could be a Duke fan. A Duke fan? You want those people to win? Just blows my mind. The slimiest people in the world. And yeah, I suck. I've made terrible mistakes. I've lost friends in my life. Too many to count. But I'm not a slime ball like freaking John Shire. Oh! Nolan Smith. Oh! Slime ball. They consistently recruit the kind of people that you expect them to recruit. Grayson Allen. Prime example. And North Carolina, yeah, they've had guys that have made mistakes, but the leadership in that program and in that tradition, it is held to a higher standard than everyone else in the country. And it started with Dean E. Smith. And I'm going to get off my pedestal about that. It just fires me up, dude. I'm a psycho. After the championship game, which Yeah, it would have been great to win a championship, but I'm not upset at all. I'm not. I mean, I had to process it and think about it and get over it, but I didn't have a somber moment. I didn't cry. I didn't. I mean, yeah, I hate it for the guys, but dude, we did. I say we. UNC did a lot this year. A lot. They made so much noise, and I'm proud of the big boy getting off my pedestal. After the game, we see the players. We said our goodbyes. I threw my crap in the car. It's 1:15, 1:30 in the morning at that point. We leave, driving my car out of New Orleans. Leave it like 1:30-ish. I drive all the way to 6 a.m. And that's from like walking around New Orleans all day, walking to the game, walking back from the game. I mean, I'm deadbeat tired. And drive till 6 in the morning till the sun's starting to come up. And I mean, my dad's with me, so we just swapped seats. And he pretty much drove the rest of the way. But we got back. We left at 1 a.m., got back at 2 p.m. the next day, driving all the way through the night. And it was a miracle how we didn't just run the car off a bridge or something. Speaking of a bridge, dude, that 13-hour drive out to New Orleans, I braved like 8 bridges that just petrified me. Again, I told you about the bridge situation going to Philly. This was no joke. I mean, I was on like a 6-mile long bridge out in the middle of the ocean. Dude, that's a no-go. That should be outlawed in all 50 states. You should not have to do that. And it's like it's no caution. Caution, you might freaking freak out and pass out and ramp your car off the bridge. To people like me who hate heights, and it's like getting vertigo. I get freaking scared. You need a caution sign or something before people just show up on a huge bridge with nowhere to U-turn. All right. Drove all night, got back, and really, I still had all my crap in my car. It's been a week since I've been back. Like I said, I barely even know what day it is still. And I just got the gator and the Final Four merch out of the car. It was still in there. I've been a lazy bum for 4 or 5 days. And yeah, I should have got this podcast done earlier, but whatever, dude. Like I said, I'm not freaking producing Jurassic Park over here. Kind of looks like it now, but no Jurassic Park over here. Just a podcast whenever I feel like doing it, and I felt like doing it right now. Because every time we touch, I get this feeling. Oh. But yeah, dude, I'm still kind of monotone. I've traveled all over the world and back. Pollen just freaking rakes me up and down. Hard to breathe still, but whatever, dude. I had to do a podcast. So, I've lived like a king all year. Traveling around the freaking world watching the Tar Heels play ball. It's going to be a year that I'll never forget. And I don't know. I don't want to keep dragging it on forever, but the Manics did a lot for me this year. So thank you to all of you guys. And hope I get to see you soon. And this might be one of the last times I shout out Fanjoy and Salvios, man. This is freaking sad. Now it's starting to kill my high a little bit. Fanjoy.co/Brady Manic. Scoop up that merch while it's still available, because the big boy's going to bigger and brighter places here in the near future. And big thank you to Salvios. My boy Tony got all the answers down there at Salvios. He can make you a pizza with whatever you want on it, dude. He can make you a birthday cake pizza. He can make you an ice cream pizza. He can do whatever with pizza, dude. Salvios in Cary, North Carolina. They really burn it down. And if you get to the point in your day where you need a little nutrients, head on down to Salvios. I'm a freaking idiot. Thank you for watching episode 45, Tremendous Opinions Podcast. I thought about naming this Tar Heel Legend, but I named the video Tar Heel Legend. So, and it would kind of be unfair to the rest of the guys that did a lot of the work this year as well. So, name of this episode, The Iron Five. Been such a pleasure and a privilege to watch this basketball team as closely as I have all year. Thank you for clicking on the pod. God bless you. I'm out. I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want it to last. I need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? And I want it to last. I need you by my side. Doobie-doobie-doop, dee-dee-ba-dee-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba.